Slow Silver 03.
Hi, Dofa.
You alone now, I can find you a photo. Come and see me in the back, swinging doors up, crowbars. Yeah, we tryna come over. Pick up your shit, then we sell it to the older. You alone now, I can find you a photo. Come and see me in the back, swinging doors up, crowbars. Yeah, we tryna come over. Pick up your shit, then we sell it to the olders. Ain't no chance of survival. 20 shots to your spine, and if you wanna go cry, boy, we gon' pull up with that rifle. Where you at then? Said you wanna fight real hard, but you might have left. Keep a little clip, like a guard, bring a settlement. Giving me that lip, then I dip it with a mini. You alone now, I can find you a photo. Come and see me in the back, swinging doors up, crowbars. Yeah, we tryna come over. Pick up your shit, then we sell it to the older. You alone now, I can find you a photo. Come and see me in the back, swinging doors up, crowbars. Yeah, we tryna come over. Pick up your shit, then we sell it to the olders. Yeah, I was sipping soda. Fucked up, off some liquor, I don't know. Crazy, how you turn into a higher. Boring, like the state of North Dakota. Walk into the club like I'm 18, it's crazy. Fake ID, you know falling gonna chase me. I just threw up in the bag, they gon' hate me. Now I got a cop on my ass tryna tase me. I'm a soldier, I'ma walk into the spot like I'm a owner. And my bros all packing you just like a soda. I've been posted over smoking kosher. I've been posted over. You alone now, I can find you a photo. Come and see me in the back, swinging doors up, crowbars. Yeah, we tryna come over. Pick up your shit, then we sell it to the older. You alone now, I can find you a photo. Come and see me in the back, swinging doors up, crowbars. Yeah, we tryna come over. Pick up your shit, then we sell it to the
in your area.
Ricks came in, I'm still with it. Ricks came in, I'm still with it. Ricks came in, I'm still with it. Ricks came in, I'm still with it.
और पब्लिक कैसे सब लोग वेलकम टू द स्ट्रीम। और अपन अपने लॉर्ड वोल्डेमॉर्ट के साथ है भाई।
It's that new 5th year.
Must be different, starting Hogwarts in your 5th year.
I wonder where they're from.
They're lucky they didn't end up as Dragonfall, like that poor man from the Ministry.
Did you see the way that walked? Can't imagine stuff.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWLs? Owls?
Yes, your ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something extraordinary to ensure your success. Here you are.
What is it?
Oh
It is a
भाई
wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test. This way.
I only speak up in classes where the teacher doesn't deduct questions for wrong answers.
I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings.
Revelio.
The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore. Do keep up! Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide? Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle. Ah, good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall. And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart of the hive, our King's Cross station, so to speak.
Slytherin's almost...
That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both Charms and Defense Against the Dark Arts classes today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in Charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense Against the Dark Arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk beyond these walls. A mastery of Defense Against the Dark Arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Hecat in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village in Britain, and is home to an array of shops and pubs. You should be able to find all of the school supplies you require in Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first
चलो
day,
फिर क्लास करते हैं।
and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful dragon attack. My suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
I'm sorry, Professor, but I'm afraid that's all there is to it.
Almost precisely what Professor Fig said. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude for magic, it seems.
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself.
अपन लॉर्ड
Might I
वोल्डेमॉर्ट
rely on
है
you, Professor
अपन अपन
Fig, to
किसी से नहीं
explain the
डरते
details
भाई
of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you. And invaluable to me, as I'll be using it to keep up to date on your progress.
Yes, Professor.
Come and find me in my classroom after you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths
भाई
would cross
कितना बातें
today
कर रहे भाई
before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you masterfully evade Professor Weasley's interrogation regarding our late arrival?
I did try to evade her questions, though I feel a little deceptive. That said, I'm fairly certain she suspects that we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, unfold it and have a look.
तो कोणता क्लास करते आपण पहिले चार्म्स क्लास करते या डिफेंस अगेंस्ट द डार्क आर्ट्स पहिले चार्म्स क्लास करते
The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
This will be incredibly helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand. You'll enjoy Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
Thank you for watching, guys. Make sure to like, share and subscribe. चलो पहले क्लास के लिए जाते हैं
Afraid of a staircase?
गलत जा रहा था
I'm sorry! I'm sorry! That house is behind.
देखो गाइस, वोल्डेमॉर्ट से सब इतना डरते, सॉरी बोल रहे पहले ही। दोनों का चक्कर चल रहा है, हाय हाय कर रहे भाई।
Here, behind you. There is an open seat here.
Thank you.
Hello, I am Nettie. So you are the new student. Have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work. But I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right? Now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change and growth charms? Anyone? Anyone? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm? Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
चलो थोड़ा जादूगरन बनते हैं। भाई इतना सिंपल था मैजिक, लेकिन बहुत काम आता।
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice. Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me. I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right? So why don't we have our newest student start us off? Very simply, cast Accio on one of the spheres. Accio! Relinquish your charm. Very good! Now, think of this like gobstones, if you will. But instead of throwing the marbles out, you are That's it! Excellent control there. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Let us see this.
Accio!
Happens to the best of us.
Watch this.
तो गया था पहले चला
There we go.
Accio!
Very good.
Here we go. That is how it's done.
Accio!
Well done.
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp. Yes!
Accio!
That's it.
Watch this. There we go. Nicely done.
भाई रुक गया भाई टाइम पे
Let us see this. Phew.
Accio!
जीतेगा वैसे
Excellent control there. Very good, both of you. Well done.
मजा तो आ रहा है गाइस
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio. Took weeks for me to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I first arrived. I entered here from Wadu just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Is Wagadu much bigger than Hogwarts?
Wagadu School of Magic is the largest wizarding school in the world. So yes, bigger than Hogwarts. But it never seemed intimidating or overwhelming to me.
भाई लॉर्ड
It always felt like
वोल्डेमॉर्ट
home.
को अपने को आईब्रो देना पड़ेगा थोड़ा खराब लग रहा हो
Is Wagadu a castle like Hogwarts?
Its address is Mountains of the Moon. It is not so much a castle as a beautiful edifice carved out of the mountainside. I remember the first time I saw it, the mist was so thick I could hardly make out anything at all. And then it just materialized before me, this enormous school that seemed to be floating in midair.
This may seem an odd question, but is magic the same there as it is here?
Mostly, yes. But I did have to learn how to use a wand when I arrived here. Hardly anyone at Wagadu uses one.
You can cast spells without a wand.
Oh, yes. I find wandless magic to be much more instinctive. Not to mention quite convenient if one is without their wand. I must admit, however, that I am growing quite fond of using a wand. It seems very dramatic.
It's nice to learn about another wizarding school.
Thank you for asking. I do miss Wagadu, but I am glad to be here at Hogwarts. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can.
सबको बातें करना है भाई, कितना बातें करेगा
To
भाई.
speak with me, Professor.
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation?
बराबर.
An outdoor competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor.
Because I am Lord Voldemort.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction out. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
Okay.
Hello there. You're the new
Hello.
student,
Hello.
aren't you?
You wanted to speak to me?
Samantha Dale. I've been eager to meet you. Hope your first day's going well.
I've been fortunate.
My brother Willie. Well, better see to my charms homework.
Revelio.
How many letters do you think come in? And then the werewolves join the goblins in the uprising.
Werewolves! Where were you? In the Goblin
I've
Rebellion
always
of
said that
1750
travel
And by then-
broadens the mind.
Is that all you've got?
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and
Harry
lived
Potter
to
and the
boast
Chamber of
about it.
Secret में ये डायनासोर टूट जाता गाइस.
Knowledge.
वो पिक्सीज के कारण, अगर तुमने मूवी देखा होगा तो.
To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember. Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No? One thing I've learned as an unspeakable is the value of simplicity, especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
ये वाले चाम से तुमको याद तो करा लो. It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. पर वो वाला चार्म तो ये लोग फर्स्ट ईयर में पढ़ते हुए हैरी पॉटर एंड द सॉर्सरर फिलोसोफर स्टोन में, इधर 5th ईयर में पढ़ा रहा भाई, क्या है भाई।
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember.
Levioso.
Good. Now, well done. Very good. But the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel using only Levioso, basic cast, and
और Voldemort के सामने बज रहा भाई।
Levioso, this can't be your first duel. Let's just say I'm a quick learner.
I do enjoy lively dueling.
Potato, stupid bugger. Levioso, Sleeves.
Bring all of my students for this event.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
भाई इसको आईब्रो देना पड़ेगा, बहुत खराब लग रहा भाई।
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat. Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students. They are capable of achieving it, and they must achieve it. A classroom duel is one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some ideas for you. Again, well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional assignments. All right. That's enough spectacle for one day.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something.
I
Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice? Felt more like I was dueling an expert. Didn't expect a new student to be so deft with a wand. Then again, perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
I've dueled enough. Consider yourself lucky I held back.
Oh,
You owe me an honest duel when you aren't. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Exclusive and unsanctioned? Count me in.
Excellent. Knew I was right about you. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then. Whether it's joining a secret dueling club, or sneaking into the restricted section of the library, you just have to be clever enough not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck, or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the Clock Tower entrance. If you're interested. Till next time.
If you know the right spells, it's dark wizards that'll fear you, not the other way around.
अरे बाबा पास वॉन्स डाउन और कुछ है भी करने को वही करते हैं। भाई।
Revelio.
Whee! Oh, not again. Here I've come from the toilet bowl where she said I could swim. Did you fancy a lol? As long as we're only one time per week, I can plunge the boys' lavatory, not for the meat.
Accio.
Side of a jar. But he failed us in his containment jar.
Glad you could make it.
Accio. Levioso. Revelio.
Can I help you? Can I help you?
Sebastian told me to see you about a club.
If Sebastian vouches for you, that's all I need to know. I coordinate duels for crossed wands. A dueling club.
I'm flattered to hear that. Sebastian's not a bad duelist either.
Imagine it's quite something to see the two of you duel.
How does cross wands work exactly?
You show up, I match you with other duelists. It's our way of determining the school's greatest duelist. And to liven things up,
Of course.
I agree. Your first time I'll pair you with Sebastian. So,
Get me in the ring.
spectacular!
बहुत बातें करते भाई।
We'll make you regret signing up.
Hola Naco.
Act like a winner.
Dego. Accio. Stupid one. Leviosa. There goes my weight.
Expulso.
Stupid one. Accio.
Is that all you've got?
Leviosa.
PG easy बोलते।
Nice work. Sebastian wasn't wrong about you. There's strong competition ahead, but keep this up and you could be the next school champion.
Brilliant. Count me in.
I shall. Now, it takes time to organise these duels, but check with me later. I may have something lined up for you. Again, congratulations on your first crossed wands victory. Well fought. Hope to see you back here again. Just wait till I've grown a bit. Then
I feel sorry for your next opponent.
भाई खोल दरवाजा खोलो भाई।
Revelio.
What are you up to now?
Weasley after class.
What about the room, Professor?
I was thinking the same thing, Deke. Perhaps you could help.
Oh, excuse, Deke.
Ah, there you are. I trust your first classes went well?
They did, Professor.
I heard as much from Professors Hecat and Ronan. Seems Professor Fig taught you quite a bit before you arrived. I'd wager there's a good deal more to your travels here than what you've told me. Isn't there?
Nothing more, Professor.
I see. Like trying to get a sonnet from a streeler. Regardless, you must continue to build upon what you've learned. In that regard, I've asked your professors to help hasten your progress with some extra assignments.
What more work?
I'm not sure I have time for extra assignments, Professor.
You shall find the time. You'd be astonished to know just how much you don't know. In fact, Professor Ronan will meet you outside momentarily to assign your first one. Now, regarding the trip to Hogsmeade I mentioned earlier, we've arranged to replace the supplies lost on your way here.
Thank you, Professor.
And Mr. Ollivander will connect. You've managed your classes well with a borrowed wand, but you'll find the magic you can't.
I'm eager to get to Hogsmeade.
Very well. Perhaps Sebastian...
I'd like to go with Sebastian.
Glad to hear it. Mr. Sallow is a capable young wizard, and he knows the area. He'll keep you well clear of any of Victor Rookwood's undesirables en route.
Rookwood?
A rather unsavory local. Best to avoid him and his associates, including his right hand of sorts, Theophilus Harlow, if you can. Once you've finished Professor Ronan's assignment, your friend will meet you at the castle doors. No time to waste. The sooner you complete your work, the sooner...
Revelio.
Ah, there you are.
You have a new spell to teach me, Professor.
Indeed I do, and an exceedingly useful one at that, the mending charm Reparo. Fixes things right up, makes a broken object good as new in the blink of an eye.
It seems as if that might come in handy.
More frequently than one would imagine. As Professor Weasley mentioned, I am not the only one who will be teaching you spells outside of class in an effort to catch you up with your peers. A number of your professors have agreed to do so as well, but first, each shall ask that you complete a few preliminary tasks to hone your magic. I have arranged some for today. See them through and then report back to me. We will have you casting Reparo in no time.
I'll start on the task right...
Accio!
Got it. A flying page must be around here somewhere.
Might something help me?
Brilliant.
Hello, Professor. हो गया काम भाई. Hello.
Revelio.
I trust the preliminary tasks weren't too much trouble.
I completed the assignments, Professor.
Marvelous. You clearly know your way around basic charms. Let us give the old mending charm a try then, shall we? Remember to be deliberate in your enunciation and movements. I want to see some vigor. Now, wand at the ready.
Yes, sir.
Remember, your wand is a conduit of your magic. That's it. Very good. If you would like to practice mending something, have a go with that broken statue in the alcove by the water. It allegedly symbolized heartbreak.
Revelio.
Perhaps a jilted lover thought it too accurate and lashed out.
चलो अभी हॉग्समीड चलते। खोलना भाई, खोलना दरवाजा भाई।
Whoever decided to make Professor Black headmaster of Hogwarts must have been the biggest.
What am I missing?
अरे कुछ नहीं है ये दबा।
Lumos.
मैं बात कर रहा था उससे।
Hello. If I...
Do come and find me if you stumble on something illuminating that solves the mystery.
That spot must be a clue. I should look around in case it's nearby.
So many.
This looks like the location from the painting. Let's get you back to your frame, little moth.
Black noticed a scuff on his shoe the other day.
Ehsan bro, welcome to the stream.
I knew there was a connection. I should tell Lenora that I
Hope you
solved
are
the
enjoying
puzzle
the
of that
stream.
empty frame. Lenora, I solved the mystery of that painting.
You did?
I found the location depicted in the painting, and then I cast Lumos to guide a moth back to the frame.
All very logical, I suppose. You have a knack for solving riddles. Well, I'm glad someone... The moth!
Now time to go to Hogsmeade.
And have you seen how these
Well, fancy meeting you here.
Hello, Sebastian.
Ah, my new charge. I'm told you're in dire need of supplies, and I'm to accompany you into Hogsmeade for them. Is this your first foray into the village?
It is. I haven't left the castle since I arrived.
Well, I shall endeavor to be the very best of guides, then. Hogsmeade's a charming little place. Self-contained, too. We should be able to find you everything that you need. Shall we?
And guys, we are outside Hogwarts now.
I was glad Professor Weasley asked me to join you today.
As am I. Thank you, by the way.
Of course. You're the only one who's ever bested me in a duel. The way I see it, I'd be wise to keep an eye on you. Speaking of Weasley, she seems to have taken quite a shine to you.
Has she? That's nice to hear.
I'm still surprised that a professor would entrust me with anything, given my detention record.
Spend a lot of time in detention, do you?
Just enough to keep me well-rounded.
खुद की बेइज्जती कर रहा है ये बंदा.
Speaking of detention, this trip to Hogsmeade might have saved me from one.
Glad I could be of service.
Madam Scribner, the librarian, was on the hunt for me, as is often the case. Professor Weasley came to retrieve me, and I was able to convince old Scribner that I had somewhere to be.
So how did you manage to get on the librarian's bad side?
Well, I suspect it's a matter of differing opinions. She thinks I shouldn't be allowed in the restricted section, and I, on the other hand, am inclined to disagree. Oh, Just one moment. This is an excellent spot to gather lacewing flies. They're pretty to look at. If you stew them long enough, they make a powerful potion ingredient.
एक्चुअली ये क्वेस्ट का आधा यही है अपने को इंग्रेडिएंट्स गैदर करने के लिए.
Look! What's going on? See for yourself. Quite a sight, isn't it?
Hippogriff.
You certainly don't see that every day.
Post and cap.
You think Poppy's already seen the hippogriffs?
Likely already named them too.
Probably Sugarfoot.
To the left is the Forbidden Forest.
Oh.
Out of bounds to all students.
Oh, hence the name.
Precisely. They think it's too dangerous. I think they need to have more confidence in our defensive abilities. Ah, you can see Hogsmeade just past those ruins up ahead. Have you had much of a chance to explore the castle?
A little. It's positively enormous.
It is that. I've been there 5 years and barely scratched the surface. Loads to see, places to discover.
Oh? Any you'd like to share with the class?
Perhaps.
Levioso!
I can't go around telling you all my secrets
Reparo!
now, can I? You still haven't told me how you became so good at dueling.
Protego!
I've always thought Thestrals pulling a carriage a bit grim. Though I suppose most people don't actually see them at all.
But you can see them.
Unfortunately. But you've seen quite a bit yourself firsthand too. Most notably that dragon attack. Hopefully the rest of your year isn't as eventful. Mr. Moon. He's the Hogwarts caretaker. Looks a bit worse for wear. Hello, Mr. Moon. Have you met our new 5th year?
Pleasure. You might want to turn back, Mr. Sallow. Turn and run.
Is everything all right, sir?
Oh, look right at me. Eyes big as saucers.
What did Mr. Moon?
Demi guys. Ugly and airy and terrifying. I shall be at the castle where it's safe. Good luck to both of you.
A demi-guise? I don't know what he's putting in his pumpkin juice, but he's obviously had too much of it. I've never seen Mr. Moon in such a state. Mr. Moon is quite the character. My sister Anne thinks he's lovely, but I'd say he could improve a bit as a caretaker.
Oh, is your sister in Slytherin too?
She is, or rather, she was. She's not well at the moment,
Revelio.
but she'll be better soon.
Accio. Revelio. Accio.
Honestly, if one could bottle the magic of this place. I don't know if it's the shops or the people, but there's just something about Hogsmeade. We all flock to it like moths to a flame. So how would you like to do this? Weasley told me you had a list of things to get, a wand and some other bits.
Yes. Dittany seeds, some spellcrafts, and some potion recipes.
Perfect. Can't wait to see what you do with the new wand. And a short list gives you plenty of time to poke around the village. I just have to pop into a shop to find something
Hey
for my
guys,
sister.
time to get
Let's
a
meet
new
up in the town
wand.
circle when you're finished. Remember, have fun. It's Hogsmeade.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the spellcrafts Professor Weasley ordered.
Matilda's student. I take it you've had a conjuring.
I'm afraid I...
Ah, but you... Of course it isn't. Stay the course.
That's such...
And spellcrafts are incredible, but I shall let a potting table.
I believe so, sir.
Good. Let's look at what we have, shall we? If you're interested, feel free to take a look around at the rest of my inventory.
Accio. Accio.
Well, hello there.
Pardon me, sir. I'm here for the seeds Professor Weasley arranged for me to collect.
Ah, the dittany for the... Merlin's beard. Starting Hogwarts?
Not at all.
Name's Timothy Teasdale, by the way, and this is my shop, I keep the cart out here because I like a good chat. Can't very well be in the thick of things if I'm in...
I suppose not.
In addition to seeds, I have plenty of plants. Grow everything myself. But what say we get you a... Let me guess. You're after something fresh. Do have a look around. Plenty of ingredients to pique your interest, I'd wager.
Accio.
Welcome to J. Pippin's Potions.
Pardon me, sir.
Oh, thank goodness. When I heard the bell, I thought you were Miss Lawang. Not that she deigns to come here.
It's my first time in Hogsmeade, actually.
Is it really? Well, Parry Pippin at your
इसके बाद
service.
अपन कहाँ जाएंगे वॉन्ड लेने
Is
अपना
J. Pippin's Potions. Potions for all ailments. You'll have read it on the sign, of course. How may I help you today?
Professor Weasley sent me to collect.
You're the student, she said. I set your things aside immediately. Is it not the most fascinating art?
Potions read.
They may not be as showy as spellwork, but make no... As it's your first time in, I also offer... But for now... What can I do for you today? Feel free to take a look at the rest of my inventory, or come back another time if you're in a rush today.
Revelio.
Okay guys, time for the wand.
Revelio.
I'll be right with... Ah, it's you. Just a moment, please.
Hello, sir. I'm looking for...
For a new wand, yes. It's about time.
Yes, about time?
Well, you're our new fifth-year student, are you not? Oh, what am I saying? Of course you are. Gerbold Ollivander's the name. But of course, you'll have heard of the Ollivanders, I'm sure. Finest wand makers in the world. It's a pleasure to meet you, truly. Now, come with me. Let's find you the perfect wand, shall we? No, not you. Yes. Powerful core. 10.5 inches. You might do. Here, give this one a try. Well, go ahead, swish. How odd. Once more, come on, really swish it. Oh dear. Well, this isn't a good match at all, is it? We'll find you something, not to worry. No, not you. Perhaps... Yes. A rare wood, 13 3/4 inches, dragon heartstring. Let's give this one a try. Oh, goodness. Looks like it's back to the shelf for you. This is proving to be trickier than I had anticipated. How perplexing. Where are you? Perhaps you? There you are. Yes, I think you might be the one. Here, take it.
Curious indeed.
How intriguing.
Curious indeed.
How intriguing. A dragon heartstring wand is most powerful and learns quickly. What do you think? Extraordinary. Another wand, another beginning of a bright and magical future. Now, how did that feel?
Good. Different. I sensed a sort of surge of some kind.
A match. Your connection seemed particularly powerful. The right wand will learn from you, just as you learn from it.
I'm eager to try it out.
I would imagine so. A wand with a dragon heartstring core is capable of dazzling magic. And the bond between you and your wand should only grow stronger. Do not be surprised at your new wand's ability to perceive your intentions, particularly in a moment of need.
That sounds wonderful, Mr. Ollivander.
I'll let you get to it. Do come and see me again.
Well, that's everything. Better go and find Sebastian. Hello.
Oh, come in. Come in. Welcome to Madame Snelling's... I'm sure I've no need to... But I showed them... But look at you. Looking for a change?
Why not, I said.
Some are going for... But you won't find point. Why don't you spend...
What services do you offer?
What is it you might be interested in? What is it you might be interested in?
Revelio. Accio. I officially have all of my supplies.
Excellent.
Did you get what you needed for your sister?
I did. So I suppose the world is our oyster now. Let's see what else we can get up to.
Draw it away from the building! Away from the village!
Are we weakening him at all?
Keep at it! We'll wear them down eventually. Fringo! Accio! Protego! Levioso! What was that?
A taste of his own medicine.
Nicely done! Look out! Fringo! Levioso! Fringo!
Accio!
Levioso! Confringo! That's right, you lumbering louts!
He's faltering!
A few more hits to do the job! Levioso! Confringo! Levioso! Potato! Stupid! Accio!
Goodness! A second troll! Did you two take on a fully grown troll by yourselves?
I suppose so. It's all a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Merlin's beard. Are you all right?
We are, and we were glad to help.
I'd say help is a bit of an understatement. Nerve like that. The makings of an aura, if you ask me. If you are unharmed, perhaps the two of you wouldn't mind helping me put a few things back to where they were.
Of course, officer.
Singer. Officer Singer. And thank you, again.
Reparo.
Hello there!
This thing's off.
I'll go and see what he wants.
Revelio.
Accio!
Reparo. Good as new.
Mr. Hill was just singing your praises.
Hello, sir. I don't believe we've met.
Allow me to introduce myself. I should look.
I was...
Frank. Plenty for your perusal today. Take your time.
I'd say we've earned a butterbeer or two, wouldn't you? Might help me forget that I was almost pulverized by a troll.
I'd say that I agree with you.
Perfect. The 3 broomsticks is just this way.
Revelio.
I sell even more battle-worthy items.
Accio.
Should you be inclined, you're most welcome to peruse my shop at your leisure.
Assuming it isn't utter bedlam in there, you might even meet Sirona. Fiona. She's a good one to know.
You said you could get to the child when they came to Hogsmeade. That all you needed was a distraction. I gave you a distraction.
I just watched a student take down your distraction. Who's this child? What are you not telling me?
All you need to know is that if you cannot get to the child, then you have no value to me.
Let's go.
Did they see us?
I don't think so.
What was that goblin doing with Victor Rookwood?
Ranrock is working with Rookwood.
The goblin from the Daily Prophet. I knew I'd seen him somewhere. Quickly, let's get inside the 3 broomsticks.
It's a treat to see you, Lodgok. I shall let you know if I hear anything.
Thank you, Sirona.
You be well. Now, what can I... Oh, there's a face I haven't seen before.
It's my first time here.
Welcome. Butterbeer's on me. Heard about the attack. I shall be looking in on the other shopkeepers and residents shortly.
Thanks to this one. Single-handedly took down a troll.
Is that right? Well done.
Thanks for this.
My pleasure. I will say, trolls in Hogsmeade. That's never happened before. Something's not right. The only brutes we usually have to deal with are... How timely.
Was that Lodgok I saw leaving just now? Your clientele's not what it used to be, Sirona.
Not to worry, Victor. Once the 2 of you leave, the caliber of my clientele will greatly improve. I wouldn't do that if I were you, Theophilus.
Come now. No need for theatrics. I'm only here for this one anyway.
My friend is enjoying a well-earned butterbeer.
Only want a quick word.
Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said, my friend is busy.
One would think you all had enough bloodshed for one day. Come, Theophilus. The 3 broomsticks isn't what it used to be. Let's take our galleons elsewhere. Can't drink butterbeer forever.
Seems you've made an unfortunate enemy. Watch your back. Rookwood and Harlow are worse than any troll you might encounter.
Trolls? Ranrock and Rookwood? What are you not telling me?
I promised to tell you everything, but it's perhaps best I do that later.
And on that note, I think we should head back to the castle.
Revelio.
I'm certainly glad Sirona was there. Told you she was one of the good ones.
I can see that. She didn't seem at all intimidated by Rookwood and Harlow.
I think you'll need to tell me why Victor Rookwood has you in his sights. But we can talk later. For the moment, we should return to the castle. Professor Weasley's certain to hear about the troll attack soon if she hasn't already. Don't want to risk another detention for getting back after hours.
Come and see me. I've discovered something in the locket we found at Gringotts.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Revelio. Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece. I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver! Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls to
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade? With Rookwood?
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me. And he would have, had Sirona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that...
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the friendliest. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared. Clever enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. A restricted section, to be precise, and a bit beyond. I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit, before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me. I'll let Professor Hecat know to expect you.
I've always said that travel broadens.
Heard you're defending. Don't get too cocky simply because you had one victory.
Repairer.
If only a new student were to help me with my stuff.
I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
Good. Professor Fig indicated a certain urgency to you completing your defensive magic assignments. As such, you are to learn Incendio, the fire-making spell, handy for lighting torches, burning away spider webs, and, when necessary, defending against those who would wish to do us harm.
Sounds versatile.
Quite. But before we get started, I'd like you to complete a few tasks. You may be surprised by some of them. Astonishing how much students don't think their professors know. When you're finished, come and see me. Then we shall begin working on Incendio. You know where to find me once you've finished.
Seems crossed wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
Might some kind soul help me? If only a new student were to help me.
Are you all right?
Don't you know who I am?
I'm sorry, the other students.
That's kind of you. I want...
Go. Rather. I'll see. Revelio. Accio.
Ready for another round?
I think so. We shall see who shows up.
There's no one in the school I'd be afraid to join.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the trick?
Of course. Ready to have a try?
That will be one.
Be sure to cast. If you need to stop.
Accio.
Excellent form.
Levioso.
Nicely done.
Levioso. Accio.
Good one. I'd say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
I say better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than...
Hello, Lucan. Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Are you dueling with a partner?
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get to it.
Ready to get thrashed?
Apologies in advance.
Accio.
Oh, there goes my way.
Don't go away now.
Mind the one!
Leviosa.
Stupefy. Stupefy.
Act like a winner.
Leviosa.
Stupefy. Potato. Stupefy. Leviosa. Accio.
You're better than that!
Leviosa.
Accio, that's all you've got. Sendo.
Some big hits that round.
Bravo.
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after, you'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning. I'll let you know when we're ready. The next round is for all the gobstones, so to speak.
Assignment's all finished. Revelio.
I trust Mr. Brattleby was able.
I finished all of the tasks.
Glad to hear it. Then you should be.
Should be.
Yes. I'm sorry to say, I visited enough careless Your spellcasting I would rather we not end. Let us begin. Concentrate and keep your wand steady. Good work. Feel free to practice in the classroom before you go. I've set up a few targets for you. You're getting it. Keep at it. And do try not to incinerate yourself. Setting things ablaze is certainly cathartic, isn't it?
Okay guys, that's it for today. See you tomorrow guys. Chalo, bye.